Barack Obama's pastor for more than 20 years, and Hannity Combs is the only show that had the opportunity to interview the Reverend Jeremiah Wright. Here is the interview. Reverend, welcome to the program. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, this is the same church. You do have the website, right, where it says commitment to the black community, commitment to the black... Go ahead.
The black value system, which was developed by the congregation, by laypersons of the congregation 26 years ago.
Right.
Very similar to the gospel and sola tsunami developed by laypersons in Nicaragua during the whole liberation theology movement 26, 28, 30 years ago. Yes.
But we're not dealing with, this is on the website today. Well, let me just inform our audience, and I want you to respond if you can. It says commitment to God. By the way, I'm with you, and I hope you'll pray for me, Reverend.
God damn America, that's in the Bible, for killing innocent people. God damn America, for treating us citizens as less than human. God damn America.
Commitment to the black family, adherence to the black work ethic. It goes on, pledge, acquired skills available to the black community, strengthening and supporting black institutions, pledging allegiance to all black leadership who have embraced the black value system, personal commitment to the embracement of the black value system. Now, Reverend, if every time we said black, if it was a church and those words were white, wouldn't we call that church racist?
No, we would call it Christianity. We've been saying that since there was a white Christianity. We've been saying that ever since white Christians took part in the slave trade. We've been saying that ever since they had churches enslaved.
God damn America, that's in the Bible, for killing innocent people.
As I was trying to say to you, liberation theology, and I thought Eric Rush had studied at a theological seminary that was conservative. Come to find out, he doesn't know anything more about theology than I know about brain surgery. So
well,
for
Reverend,
him to speak...
Here's my point to you.
Let me finish. No, here's my point to you. If you're not going to talk about theology in context, if you're not going to talk about liberation theology that came out of the 60s, systematized black liberation theology that started with Jim Cone in 1968,
Reverend,
and the writings of Cone and the writings of Dwight Hopkins and the writings of womanist theologians and Asian theologians and Hispanic theologians,
Reverend, I got to get this in.
Then you can't talk about the black value system.
But I'm going to tell you this. Listen,
do you know liberation theology, sir? You know liberation theology?
I actually studied. I studied theology. I went to a seminary and I studied Latin.
No,
I could go.
I said, do you know black liberation theology?
I'm very aware of what you're calling black liberation, but let me get my question out.
No, I didn't ask you what I'm calling. I said, do you know black theology?
Reverend, I'm going to give you a chance to answer your question.
How many of Cone's books have you read?
Reverend,
how many of Cone's books have you read?
Reverend, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you the question.
How many books of Cone's have you read?
I'm going to ask you this question.
How many books of Dwight Hopkins have you read?
You're very angry and defensive. I'm just trying to ask a question.
We bombed Hiroshima, we bombed Nagasaki, and we nuked far more than the thousands in New York and the Pentagon, and we never batted an eye. The stuff we have done overseas is now brought right back into our own front yards. America's chickens are coming home to roost. The government lied about inventing the HIV virus as a means of genocide against people of color.
Barack Obama goes to, sir, Barack Obama goes to your church.
You haven't answered my question.
And it seems to be, when you say the black community, black family, black work ethic, black community.
It seems to an arrogant, ignorant person. I'm asking you, have you answered me? How many books of Dwight Hopkins
I'm going to say this, whether you like it or not, I'm going to get my words in. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you, I think as a Christian, sir, I think as a Christian, you should not separate by race in this day and age.
Lied about the Tuskegee experiment. They purposely infected African American men with syphilis. Fighting for peace is like raping for virginity. What's going on in white America, U.S. of KKKA? Black men turning on black men. That is fighting the wrong enemy. You both are the primary targets in an oppressive society that sees both of you as a dangerous
The African-centered point of view does not assume superiority, nor does it assume separatism. It assumes Africans speaking for themselves as subjects in history, not objects in history. It comes from the principles of Kawaida, the second principle being Kujichagulia, which is self-determination, us naming ourselves and not saying we are superior to anybody.
The government lied about Pearl Harbor. They knew the Japanese were going to attack. Governments lied. We've got a paranoid group of patriots in power that now, in the interests of homeland stupidity, homeland security.
We're on a hard break, but may I suggest that we talk about the American community instead of black, the American family instead of black.
Let me suggest that you do some reading before you try to talk to me about my field.
In the spirit
I'm not
of
trying
Martin
to talk
Luther
to you
King.
about... No. Martin Luther King was from the black church. He was not from the white church. He was not from Pat Robeson, Jerry Falwell, the Christian conservatives.
I judge people by the content of their character.